What's going on, guys? It's your boy Spudzie here, and today I was able to hit Platinum by playing one of my favorite builds in PvP. I call this build the Turbo Herald. This build consists of 98% crit chance as well as a ton of lifesteal and plenty of aids. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to play Herald in PvP, what playstyle should you do, how should you adapt, how to survive, and then how to spend your resources and manage all your energy. Let's go ahead and get right into it. So, onto the basics. The Revenant class is bound by the mechanic that we refer to as energy. Now, energy is a resource that is built up over time while you are in combat, but while you're out of combat, it does cap out at 50%. All of your abilities, except for the auto attack, so sword 2s, 3, all your skills, they all require X amount of energy. How you use this energy will determine if you're a good Rev player or not. As Revenant, you aren't allowed to switch any of your skills. You pick 2 legends and you use those skills that are given to you. Each legend stance is equipped with 1 heal skill and 1 stun break. They all have this no matter what. For example, we're going to be taking a look at Shiro, Assassin stance, and Glint in Dragon stance. The way that you want to look at this is view your legend swap as a stun break. If your legend swap is up, you're able to overextend and play super aggressive because you know that while you're stunned, you can switch legends at any time and activate your stun break skill, meaning that you don't have to worry. So if I'm at 50% energy, I'm going to be doing as much damage as I can and trying to apply pressure and get cooldowns out of my opponent because I know that I have a swap available and I can stun break out at any time and get a full new bar of energy. Now, if you don't have your swap up and your opponent is applying a lot of pressure, you shouldn't really be spending all of your energy on stuff like impossible odds or dealing damage. You should be trying to kite it out and surviving by using your many evades, weapon skills, your heals, just anything to let you survive until that timer on Legend Swap reaches 0. Up to that point, you can start playing more aggressive again, knowing that you have a swap and you are able to get out of trouble. Being able to kite is a really good skill to have in PvP, but it's also integral to this class. Being able to kite effectively means that you have more energy for more abilities, and your legend swap will feel like it's off cooldown a lot faster and more often. With that in mind, let's take a look at some footage. I will commentate over it, and hopefully you'll be able to see these teachings in practice. So the way you want to play Herald in PvP is more of a roamer / side noter. You want to be getting those +1s on enemies, or even in team fights going for low health enemies or weaker DPS characters that just will fold to your damage. So you see here, I just kind of beelined for the Dragon Hunter here, used all my cooldowns because I knew he was half HP. If I expend everything here, I can just kill him. So I do some damage here and I go and try to decap the far node. There is a Reaper on the way to come and steal this node from me. I'm not too scared because I know I have full energy in the bank. I go and expend all my energy. You see that I have no energy left, but I have legend swap, so I'm able to swap out, stun break, and keep doing what I was doing. I have an evade on the sword, so I'm not scared of him in his Reaper form. I then go ahead and expend my energy here for double stun because I know I have my teammate here, and that sets up nicely for his condies to just tear him apart. So as you saw there, I kind of was able to play very aggressive because I knew I had a legend swap, so I pumped all my burst into him, which forced him to go into his shroud. Now while in his shroud, I was able to just spam evades on sword 3 and just survive his burst, wait for it to be over long enough for me to CC him into another CC. This lets me cap the node, and now I see there's a Dragon Hunter over there, the same one from earlier. He is low HP fighting my teammate. This will make for a very easy kill as I swap over to Assassin stance to get my teleport into sword 2, sword 4-5 burst. It doesn't matter, he's already dead, and that's going to be another kill. So this first clip is going to show you how to survive outnumbered fights on this build. Starting us off, I do see a Willbender. I do damage, and I see that there is an Untamed there. I choose to jump down and get some line of sight on my opponent so that I cannot be spammed with the longbow. The Willbender does decide to kind of jump on me here. I don't know why I full casted that, but it did make some space for me. I then use the Herald ability to heal into a CC. He will stun break out of it. I then kind of try here to maneuver around and bait out some cooldowns from him. There's now another enemy on top of me, so I switch to hammer, I use the evade, and I start to create some space. I switch on impossible odds and start to kite it out. This is very important playing a build like this. You are not the tankiest build, so being able to kite it out is very important here. I see an opening right here, so I go for a kill on the Willbender. He's all alone, so that isolate damage is going to be insane. And now it's a 2v1, and I'm able to actually secure this kill for my team. by switching over to the hammer and just dealing a ton of burst damage. It is piercing, so I'm hitting the down target and him at the same time. Just look at that damage. That is an insane amount of damage going on right there, and we are able to secure those kills. I then am approached by a half health Untamed. This build's very bursty, so if anyone is at half health, your sigils are going to proc and you're going to be doing a ton of damage. So right here, I'm kind of just baiting it out, waiting for his cooldowns, waiting for an opening. I see opening, I take a CC, I then hit him with the sword 4 into sword 5 with impossible odds on, and that is just so much damage, he's unable to do anything. In this clip, it's a good example of looking for openings and trying to buy time until you find the perfect one. So I have two guys on me. I use hammer 3 to kind of wait out my cooldown for my legend swap. I'm just playing around right now. I am evading. I then go ahead and swap and use my second heal skill because I need to get some health here. I'm letting this guy just use all his cooldowns on me, do what he's gotta do, while just kind of like evading and buying time for that sword 4 and a 5. My teammate needs help, so I go ahead and jump on this other guy to help like apply pressure. I then decide that the node is more important, and I stick on the node to try and get those points going. We do have a lead, but I do want to keep that lead up. I see my teammates fighting him. Looks like he has it under control, so I'm kind of just sitting here, capping the node, waiting for cooldowns to come up until I burst him down. And that ends up with me turning a 2v1 into buying time for my teammate to show up and getting an opening to then burst down the opponent. I then go ahead and try and roam over to the far node. I see my teammate has a Necro on him. This is a perfect opportunity 2+1. Fortunately, my energy is quite low, so I only have enough for a teleport and a sword 2. I then go ahead and swap aggressively into a stun, sword 4, sword 5, another rotation that's able to just burst opponents down. This next clip will show you how to withstand damage with a bit of a 1v1 far node. I do start the fight with half health, but I do have my glint heal ability, so I'm able to do a lot of healing for myself here. I start off with a stun and he goes into a stun break. I see him dodge roll, so I go for a sword 5 into sword 3, knowing that he cannot dodge. This takes a lot of damage here. I'm forced to stun break here. I then roll out, switch legend. At this point, I'm just baiting out his cooldowns by evading. I can see that he's using a lot of energy here. He just used his heal skill. Now I go in for some pressure. He continues to expend more energy. I then am able to find an opening right here for sword 4 and a sword 5. He blocks it, and I know right after this block he has nothing left. I preemptively sword 3, so when he comes out of it, he'll take all that damage, and I do get the kill. And it's just that easy. What it really boils down to is playing around your legend swap, because you're at your most powerful when you swap your legends. You have Fury, you have boons, your energy is fully refreshed, all your cooldowns are available. That is when you're at your most strongest. So when you're at the latter end of that, you're going to want to be able to just kind of evade and stall out time until your next swap when you are very powerful. That is going to be the key to playing a Revenant and being successful with it in PvP. Now I know a question you're probably all asking is Vindicator stronger than Herald? Is Herald better? A lot of people think that Power Herald is dead, when in reality, it really isn't that dead. Yeah, it does struggle into Condi builds, but it still has a place in the meta as one of the best burst DPS and roamers in the game. I do think that Vindicator is better, however, because it is just more well-rounded, but Herald, in my opinion, is very fun to play. So with that being said, let me know down below what you guys thought of the video. Was it helpful? Did you learn anything? Let me know down below. If you want to see more, I can do more guides for the other specs of Revenant as well. Just let me know what you'd like to see down below. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.